when I
Keep
introduce you.
that. Let's keep this.
Yeah,
We're live.
yeah. Yo, Destiny has arrived. Wakanda forever, etc., etc. We got all the quotes for you today, and
And
welcome
get this
to the
man a
penultimate.
shield.
And get this man a shield, and welcome to the penultimate place to get your Marvel news, fireside chats, and all things Marvel, and our MCU reviews, like today's episode. This is, of course, episode 43 of the Marvel Mondays Initiative, getting closer to that number 50. And today's topic is not Black Panther. That was last week. It is the Avengers Infinity War. Folks, if you're listening on your favorite podcast service, please, please, please feel free to give us a good rating on that platform. It helps the algorithms and helps us grow our audience, so we really do appreciate it. If you take the time, give us a little 5-star, a little 5-banger. If you're watching on YouTube, consider dropping a like and a sub, and don't forget to hit that bell to get notifications for all the shows we do here, like the Penultimate Games Show, the Cross Media Show, and Anime Nation. If you're watching on Twitch and you have Amazon Prime, that means that you have Prime Gaming, which means you have one free sub to give away to us. Not to us, to anyone, but we would appreciate it if you gave it to us. If not, that's quite all right. Stick around, hang out, find out what we have to say about, things. For those of you that don't know me, I am your host for the evening, your favorite, I almost said your favorite Mexican sad boy. I don't know why I went with that entrance,
Okay.
but I guess I'll go back to Curator Cinema and host for the evening. But alongside me today, the friendly neighborhood co-host of all things Marvel and Destiny, the busiest dad in town, Eric Ginn.
Hello, how are you?
Do what you did with the Infinity Gauntlet again, because I didn't know you could do that, and that's that's too funny to me, dude. Like I'm imagining Thanos doing that with the Gauntlet, which he would never do, but
Of course not.
incredible.
Doing all right.
That other voice you heard, rounding out the war table, is of course our one and only director of operations, Ben Guerrero.
How's it going, guys?
Chilling, man.
It's finally
Bummer
here.
about all those Avengers.
It's been a wild day on the internet for the past 18 hours.
No, we're not here to talk about that.
Thank you, Ruben.
Thank you.
Thank you. I need a break from this.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's been a wild 18 hours.
It's been a while. You're right. It has been a wild ride.
That's all I'm saying. It's just been a wild 18 hours.
Animation has gotten screwed by the Oscars, and it's finally time somebody said, "Fuck you, Oscars." All right.
I'll do you one better, okay? It's been a wild 2 years in general, yeah?
Yeah.
How about that?
We'll say Encanto is probably the weakest animated winner I've seen in quite some time.
What?
Encanto,
Yeah, absolutely.
Encanto did not really deserve that win last night. I'm just saying.
Did we watch the same movie?
Yeah, Encanto's not that great, man.
Thank you, Eric.
Wow.
Thank you.
Raya and the Last Dragon should have won. No, I'm kidding.
No.
No.
I don't know about that.
I like
Raya and the
Raya and the
Last-
Last Dragon. But
I do too.
A lot of people wanted Mitchell and the Machines to win.
Mitchell and the
So-
Machines.
Which
should have
was
won.
also the wrong pick for that, but I would have been fine.
You were
with
gonna
it.
go
Would have been the right
Flea?
pick.
Yeah, of course. Flea should have won
Okay.
everything. Didn't win
didn't
win
watch it.
one single thing. It sucks. Anyway. That is Okay. Well, for a second. Go look at the animation wins for the past 10 years. Disney has won 9 out of 10. 1 year didn't win, and that went to Sony for 2018.
Disney should have won again.
Ruben, do
Encanto.
you really
Disney
like
did Disney
Encanto?
did win. What are you talking about?
Yeah. What? No, I didn't watch the Oscars. No.
No, it wasn't a.
It's terrible.
Oh yeah,
the
I mean, I
last
saw
10
clips. I saw clips. That we don't talk about Bruno. That whole.
That was
thing
terrible too.
I didn't even watch the Oscars. I was just I kept up
horrendous.
with it on my phone.
And then that Will Smith thing happened where.
We don't talk about this.
Oh, we don't talk. Is this
Okay,
our
I'm
Bruno?
looking.
Is this our
I'm
Bruno?
looking back.
We don't talk about this.
I'm looking back at all the animated movie wins, and I think the only one, like Coco, obviously deserved it that year. Zootopia deserved it that year.
No, Zootopia is all about drugs and kids. you know?
Zootopia is awesome.
It's getting
either
kids
way.
hooked on drugs.
My takeaway is that there are like a lot more important animation movies than just the Disney movies. You know what I mean? Like those
Yeah.
are fantastic. I love the Disney
Absolutely.
movies.
You know what?
Like,
You're right, Christian.
on.
You're
Come
right. You're absolutely
Flea
right.
over Encanto. There's no
Again,
way.
I didn't see
I'm
Flea.
not gonna do
So.
it. I mean, Across Spider-Verse is gonna.
Oh yes. Oh.
Let's go
yeah.
between that and Turning Red. Like, obviously, I would like Turning Red to win, but we all know Across the Spider-Verse is gonna win.
Very exciting stuff on the horizon. Yeah, what else is on the horizon? These
Oh my
Marvel
God.
news that we've got for you. Speaking of the Oscars, Marvel was at the Oscars last night.
This is
Two
embarrassing.
moments here.
This is so
Yes.
embarrassing.
So the Oscars this year, for some reason, decided to be more populist. I don't know, trying to get the younger crowd in by having these two very odd kind of categories, in my opinion. The first is movie cheer moments at this year's Oscars, right? And there was two Marvel movies that made the cut. There was a top five. Number 3 is Avengers Endgame, the Avengers Assemble scene at the end. And number 2 is Spider-Man No Way Home's Spider-Man team up as the movie cheer moments. I will say number 1 just because we're already on this. Number 1 is indeed Zack Snyder's Justice League with the Flash Speed Force.
I just think that this thing, I know, like I said, they try to get the young people. This is just like a slap in the face to everybody else. Like,
It's just
I,
weird.
it's so strange how like the Oscars is in like this microcosm of what film is. Like, it's like, can a popular movie be in the Best Picture nomination? Like, it's just so weird how I feel as though like the general movie going audience, this is not for them, obviously. Like, I think the Oscars are mainly just for critics. That's just me. That's just why I feel. And so, I mean, I made the joke last night. It's like No Way Home not getting anything, and it's just crying with the money on the face. I mean, what really matters? Does it matter if you get Oscars or, like, if you were
Yes.
financially successful?
It does though. Like having an Oscar means something. It means so much to like small movies that like when they are like boom, like they win an Oscar. Think of all the people that are gonna maybe think about getting Apple Plus to go watch Coda tonight. Like
Like, the
that
problem,
means a
though, is,
lot.
like, after the shenanigans of last night, like, Coda's night was, like, taken from it. Like, let's be
Oh yeah.
real. Like, everything that everyone worked on yesterday is overshadowed.
Questlove's speech happening right after that slap.
Yeah,
Insane.
it's like it's just really strange, and it's one of those things where like what goes into the decision making process? Because like really, Don't Look Up that deserves to be in the Best Picture category. Like
No way.
it doesn't.
No
It's
way.
so weird. Like there definitely it won't happen anytime soon, but there definitely needs to be more people involved. Um, Different kinds of people involved with the movie selection process because like this is like an Oscars. I did not care about this year at all.
And to be, I don't want to say to be fair. Like the past 4 years have gotten better. Like we've gotten like more diverse members of the Academy and like introducing like more diverse films, which has been great. I love to see it, but there still like needs to play more work because Eric is absolutely right. This year's like picks throughout, not just Best Picture stuff, was just a very weird year. And speaking of weird, there was another category that the Academy decided to do, which was a fan favorite film. This is, of course, voted by Twitter users, just like the other one, which is the movie cheer moments. Spider-Man No Way Home earned 4th place for the fan favorite film honor at this year's Oscars, behind Cinderella, Army of the Dead, and there was something else.
Cinderella.
That one they
Yes.
did for Amazon Prime with I can't remember her name and Billy
yeah,
Porter.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Again, very weird segment.
Yeah.
Just a weird night altogether, but there you have it. Marvel was indeed at the Oscars. Are we happy with the way they showed up?
No.
Probably not. Probably not.
I'm still waiting on
Insane.
Catherine Hahn's Oscar.
We really need to have a talk with you about how awards work for entertainment, Ruben.
I'm
after the
just
show.
saying, like, honestly, her performance was so well done that she deserved an Oscar. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Am I wrong, Christian?
Don't ask me.
Okay. Am I wrong, Eric?
Also, it's so wild. Like I chuckle because we know how I feel about the movie, but like Dune didn't even have most of its categories like shown on air.
Yeah, but they had the most
Oh.
important one. Okay.
What?
Hans Zimmer. That's all I gotta say. Hans
I
Zimmer.
mean, that was also was not part of it. That happened.
Yeah, like it's
yeah,
wild
I'm
how
okay.
like
He's got an Oscar again. That's all right. That's all I need.
I don't know if you guys saw the pictures of him in the bathrobe. Like,
Yeah, I did see that one.
I think he was in Amsterdam or something because he's
Yeah.
working on something. Yeah, it was hilarious.
No, isn't he still touring?
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, I think he's touring.
I would love to go to a Hans Zimmer show. That would be
Yeah,
awesome.
play the Modern Warfare 2
Well,
multiplayer
first
menu.
off,
Mhm.
You think-
don't. This is not a joke. This man goes hard for these shows.
Yes.
He
Oh,
really
I have no
does.
doubt. I want to see Hans Zimmer perform, man.
The last show that he did recently, he actually played a Ukrainian, not a, I guess, not an edit, but like an adaptation. Somebody performed one of his songs, and he
Like-
decided to play it as opposed to his song, as
Yeah,
opposed to
like-
the original.
Hans Zimmer did
Hmm.
the greatest movie score of all time.
Interstellar.
That is
It's crazy.
1994's The Lion King.
This is also true. Yeah, I can't deny.
So
This is very true.
Interstellar, though. I'm with you
God.
there.
Oh
Ruben.
my
That movie
God.
fucking- that movie goes so hard. Fuck. Anyway, speaking of movies that go hard, or that will go hard, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever has wrapped filming. We were just talking last week about like when that was going to happen. There's trouble that
It's almost as if
that
we
movie
predicted
it's coming almost as if we predicted it exactly. That same week, it wraps filming. So, does that movie come out when? November, something like that.
November, yeah.
Who knows,
Yeah.
man?
It's aiming for November. We'll see. We might make it push back. We'll see.
That was my dog. I'm sorry.
That was a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of things on the horizon, again, more Marvel stuff this week. Moon Knight debuts this week. Moon Knight is, of course, the 6-episode series, limited series, starring Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke. Some other characters.
God, I'm so ready for it. It's like 2 days out. I'm so fucking ready for it.
Is that Wednesday?
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh, man.
maybe I'll do something crazy
Ooh.
and stay up. Am I that insane?
No. Don't you have to go into
Ah.
the office on Wednesday?
On Thursday.
Yeah, we had this discussion last week. You
Yeah.
said you can't watch them.
No, but that
When they
doesn't make
air
any
anymore.
sense. You can still watch it when they air. It's Wednesday
No.
morning. that
No,
they come
Wednesday.
out.
No,
It's
no.
Thursday. Oh my god.
It's Thursday morning.
Thursday morning.
Wednesday
yeah,
night.
midnight. Yeah.
Okay. So it's not Wednesdays.
No, it's Tuesday morning.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
what I'm
God.
saying.
Ruben,
It's
you
Tuesday
confused me.
morning.
You
It's Tuesday
confused me.
morning. Sorry, Tuesday midnight is
There's
when
no
you should
way
be able to
it's
watch
coming
it.
out tomorrow night. Is that true?
No.
Yeah, I mean it would. I mean it would. It's coming out in
Wednesdays. It's usually up
20,
by like
36 hours.
Yeah, there you go.
When does Moon Knight come out? March 30th.
Yeah, 36
So,
hours.
3 a.m.
Yeah, holy shit.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
So close.
You
We are
can
so
still-
close.
You can stay up and watch it because you're working from home.
I'll think about this.
I will say I'm very excited how excited Kevin Feige is because I know he loves Moon Knight.
Mm.
So
And we love him.
How long is this first episode?
they
Yeah.
said these are going to be like the 40-50 minute. Since it's 6 episodes, it's going to be like that.
45 minutes, episode 1, according to IMDb.
It's fine.
Let's
I
go.
might stay up.
Let's
Interesting.
go.
Oh, Ryan
I'm sure
says,
like 3 minutes of that is credits. What?
Ryan says it's probably an hour, but I'm thinking, 45 minutes. Think of the Loki times.
This guy, I gave him the confirmation from IMDb saying 45 minutes. He goes, "Yeah, I'm thinking 45." Like,
Well,
just
no,
trying
I
to
think
grab
no.
points from
He put
everything.
this before. Or are you talking about me?
It's about you.
Oh, I'm thinking 45.
Anyway, I think that's all the Marvel news this week. Anything else I missed?
I think that was it, pretty much.
No. I think that's it.
Ooh, yeah, I think that is it.
I think that's it.
Still no Thor trailer, and I got like 3 days left to go
I am
before.
telling you, it's not going to happen.
Huh? We called it, Eric. We said it wouldn't be March.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm saying May, right before. I was gonna say
Maybe put-
House of M, but that's not.
Oh my!
Maybe PlayStation's big news is that they're dropping the Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh
trailer.
my
Oh,
god!
hell
So,
yeah.
do you want to
Oh.
hear about the PlayStation news I read today, which is probably fake as all hell, but whew, it's a doozy. It's technically Marvel related. There's a couple. Again, this is
Rumors, everyone. Rumors.
This is very big rumors, like in the sense of like I wouldn't even trust it, but it's kind of roped into the conversation. Christian brought up PlayStation, so I have to bring this up. Apparently, PlayStation is making an Iron Man game, along with a Captain America game, along with another Spider-Man game, not Spider-Man 2.
What is this, like 2008?
Yeah,
Right?
it's crazy. Yeah.
Who's making the Iron Man game, Ruben?
Oh, I don't fucking know.
Where did you see this? Send me this link.
This was some fake ass website that I saw.
Okay, I was about to say.
Again, I
Just
said this
spreading
was a
BS
really
around.
fake. Like these rumors were too good to be true. You know,
Yeah.
I did say that.
We got Spider-Man and Wolverine coming. We're good.
God, those are gonna be great.
Could you imagine?
Insomniac Marvel games are so good. Ratchet and
Insomniac
Clank ones?
games.
Yeah. Is that what I
Boo
said?
this man, chat. Boo this man.
All right. Well, of course, our topic of the show is Marvel's Infinity War. But before we get into our discussion, here's a word from our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Buzzsprout. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners, which is why we've partnered up with Buzzsprout to help you succeed. Buzzsprout gets your show listed in every major podcast platform, so join over 100,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world. You'll get a great-looking podcast website, audio players that you can drop into other websites, detailed analytics to see how people are listening, tools to promote your episodes, and much, much more. Following the link in the description below lets Buzzsprout know that we sent you, gets you a $20 Amazon gift card if you sign up for a paid plan, and help support our show. Thank you very much, Buzzsprout. Now let's talk about all the Avengers that died.
Oh my god. Okay.
Infinity War. Premiere date, April 27, 2018. A few sheer months away after Black Panther. A budget of $321 million with a global box office of $2 billion.
Wow.
Directed by the two and only, is that a phrase? The two and only, Joe and Anthony Russo. Screenplay by Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely. And this movie got me in my McFeelies, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Guys, we always start off with theater experiences, but I want to go before theater experiences for a quick second. Something we don't normally do. I want to know what your thoughts were watching these freaking trailers for the first time, you know? Because Infinity War and Endgame trailers got to be like the best, like,
Top
of the
tier.
Phase 3 stuff.
Top tier.
Yeah, they were so good.
Top
What
tier
were
of
your
the
kind of-
trailers. I'm sorry.
What were your sort of like hype factors, like kind of anticipation for Infinity War watching these trailers? If you remember.
Ruben, you want to go?
It was beyond expectations, and somehow the movie beat beyond my expectations. Like, this is when I first realized that Marvel started faking out stuff in the trailers, where we thought we would see Hulk fighting some fucking aliens, and then they faked us out with what could arguably be probably the worst thing they could have done with the Hulk, but it is what it is. Yeah, it was so good. You know, my brain was thinking about all these theories about what the fuck could happen. Like, everybody was telling me the Avengers are gonna make it. The Avengers are gonna make it, and I was with them. Saying like, this is gonna be this. This is it. It's all led up to this, and then we get defeated, guys. We get defeated.
Eric?
So it was a wild time because we knew like it was all coming to this moment right here. And I remember like we at work, we were even like having some moments where we would like I would take like a little bit of a mental break and I'd go and be like, all right, guys, we know where the power stone comes from, we know where the time stone comes from, we know all this. Where the fuck is the soul stone coming from? And of course there were like all the theories and stuff that, you know, the soul stone was used in like the super soldier serum and all that stuff. That's why Captain America is so like, that's why, you know, the super soldier serum works the way it does is because of the soul stone. And I just remember just like the trailers just instantly, even though he's only been in it for like, you know, not even 2 minutes of screen time at all. Like Thanos, like in the trailers themselves, were just like, whoa,
Yeah,
this is
Heavy.
something. Oh man, Like the way they cut it again. We cut the trailer is like Gamora's talking to Tony and stuff like, oh my god, the Guardians are like getting involved with the Avengers. It's
Dude.
like what we've wanted and everything. And whew. So it's just it was incredible build up. Like I don't know of any time where something was built up to this. Like
Yeah.
in modern filmmaking, like in modern movies, I don't know of a movie more anticipated than Infinity War was at
I'll
the
give you
time.
one. I'll give you one. Oh, okay, at the time. A few years later, Endgame happens, you know?
Yeah,
Or
that's
one
why
or
I'm saying.
two years
Like
later, yeah. Yeah.
before this one, like the only one I can think of is maybe Empire Strikes
Spider-Man.
Back.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like before Infinity War, the only one I can think of is like
Yeah.
maybe Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi and stuff
I
like
would
that.
I'd say probably like Force Awakens, maybe.
And
Like once it's
that was
established.
wild too. It's just like what the hell they were gonna do, but I just And then like you heard the reports like after the movie that someone I remember on Snapchat, no, it was not Snapchat, it was Twitter. Someone posted a Snapchat of like someone went into like cardiac arrest after the movie
Yeah.
because of what happened, and he had to be brought out on a
Yeah.
stretcher. And I'm like, oh
Oh
my
my
god,
god.
Yeah, dude. For me, like these trailers do three things. Like already, something I loved is that they like this specific Infinity War trailer like set a tone like off the bat. Like it's a drone. It's like this like rendition of the Avengers music, but like in this like the quiet like haunting piano. That already is like, oh my god, like this is actually happening. This villain is gonna be like insane. Number two is that they've got three people being tortured across the teaser and the first trailer. Um, or screaming. I thought Chris Hemsworth was being tortured. He's not, but he's still
Yeah.
screaming. But like seeing Vision like with like that like the spear in the stone and him like screaming, and then seeing Strange get tortured while he's screaming, and I'm like, that's when I realized I don't know who's safe in this movie. I don't like anyone can go. And then like Eric said, yeah, seeing Thanos, and then more than that, like at the end of the first trailer, there's like a little stinger, and it's Thor meeting the Guardians, and it's like, oh my god,
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I
everyone is going
remember.
to meet everyone. This shit is actually happening. Like 10 years worth of almost 10 years. I think it's like eight
I'm
years at this point.
what we're talking about it. I got the trailer going right now just to remember it. Oh my god.
It's nice. Yeah,
The
it's true. I
the trailer I remember the most is just hearing Thanos' voiceover. Dread it. Run from it.
ah
Destiny arrives all the same. And every time that popped up on TV, I would just like make sure the room was dead silent because I wanted to like be in the moment, you know? Oh god.
I may have been a bad boyfriend when this movie came out, because my girlfriend and I at the time had IMAX tickets to go see this opening night. And out of nowhere, like that day, her friend from like high school and stuff, like came up out of town from California all the way to Oregon to visit. She was having like, she was going through something, and so like she obviously was not going to go to the theater because her friend arrived. We can't do three seats. We already got the two,
Yeah.
and her friend's like having a hard time. And she told me, she's like, you can go if you want, which should
And
have
this man
been
went.
like, yeah.
This
And
man
I was
went.
like, you sure? Of course I went. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I listen. I would have been in the same position. You know, I would have
Yeah.
been like, "All right, peace out."
I gave them their space. It was okay.
Yeah,
I
She wasn't
remember in
actually
the
gonna go.
trailers, like they edited out Stormbreaker. Like there's that one shot where
yeah.
like he's holding up Stormbreaker, and they edited it out so you
Oh
couldn't see
my
it.
god.
They edited out the stones. Like there's a shot of
Yeah.
him with like two stones. At that time, he's got like four already. Yeah.
Bro, this is the hypest trailer of all time.
Anyway, moving on from trailer stuff, I want to know I kind of brought it up. Theater experiences. Obviously, I saw it in IMAX, me by myself with an empty seat next to me. Sorry, ex-girlfriend. Eric, how about you?
This was wild. Like I remember I brought my gauntlet in that day because I bought it before, and I I just remember there was just like this tension in the room,
Yeah.
like what is about to happen, and there were multiple moments like when the Guardians first showed up. Oh, that was one of the loudest cheers because it's like exciting. Like we're cutting from like the heroes we've seen so many times, and then cutting to the Guardians, and then when Spider-Man shows up, there's lots of cheers, and it's just when all these different characters are brought in different cheers, and it's wild. I will say this movie was just like a 2.5 hour final scene from Return of the Jedi, because you had so many moving pieces going on in this movie where it's like, all right, let's cut to the Guardians, let's cut to Heroes on Earth, let's cut to space. And I thought like
There are 4 different like arcs.
it's
Yeah,
wild like
but
how
it
it just
works.
works. Yeah, how it works, and it's just we're gonna get to more nitty gritty stuff in a bit. But oh man, this movie is just, whew, this movie was something else.
Ruben,
I don't even
give me.
have it here for my tickets. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
I don't. Believe, if I remember correctly, that I had gone to see this in the city, of course, because you can't go see Avengers and I'm sorry, Avengers Infinity War like just willy nilly. You got to go see this shit in the city in theaters, like with the whole crowd just fucking going
Mm.
wild. The
Yeah, do you
line for
think
popcorn, ridiculous.
you gotta show up
Absolutely.
early to that one, huh?
Yeah, man. You have to show up like 3 hours early. But like that's the thing, you can't show up early because people walk out of the theater and they don't give a shit. They'll spoil the shit out of this
Dude,
movie.
it was either for this one or Endgame. I had to shut off my phone completely because there was people airdropping spoilers.
Oh my god,
I
that's
forget which one it was, but I was like, nope. I had something airdropped to me in line, and I didn't look at it. I just turned it off.
good idea.
So,
Good idea.
yeah.
I have not had that happen to me yet. I'm very scared of that ever happening to me at all. Jesus. Could you imagine if somebody did that for
I would
Spider-Man?
hate that.
For Spider-Man? Oh, I would have fucking
Spoilers
kissed him.
for Force Awakens, the
It's okay. It's
few
a
years
bad
old
movie.
Star Wars movie. When I went to go see it, I made the mistake. It's not. Come on. Come on.
It's a bad movie.
I'm at the theater. It's the second showing of the night, opening night. I missed the first one. And I checked Snapchat because usually Snapchat was fine, but I was off Twitter and I was off Facebook. And somebody in their story said, "R.I.P. Han Solo," and I'm like, damn. Nowhere.
Damn, what a piece of shit.
Anyway,
Oh man.
Eric kind of touched on it a little bit. Let's hear your general reviews of Infinity War, and I can go first. Infinity War still might be the best MCU movie. There's a case to be made. Is it actually? No, everyone's different. We all have different kind of which one should be the best. But I think certainly this is like Avengers at their best. The Russo brothers really nailed this part 1 and part 2 story of Infinity War Endgame. Obviously, we're analyzing one. From tone to the way the stories are like reaching all their climaxes and then kind of coalescing together, and then still feeling fractured at the end and like ending on that huge cliffhanger, that shock value. It is so good. So often do we get like these MCU movies where like it's kind of the end of the world scenario that like it is fixed, and this one just we don't get that closure. We're left with so many questions, and I think that's one of the reasons why it works so well. Also, Thanos as like a villain is one of the scariest villains that we've gotten in the MCU, and rightfully so because he's like one of the
He's
biggest threats.
unhinged.
Yeah, and we'll talk about him, but yeah, I think from top to bottom, like this is like one of the greatest MCU movies like to this day. How do you guys feel? General thoughts.
Eric, go ahead.
This movie is like I explained in my theater experience. Like it's just insane that all the little pieces fit together, and just we take 10 minutes, maybe not even 10 minutes with Gamora, and we're still like this father-daughter story is mixed in with this whole movie about the end of the universe, and it just works. And it oh man, I can't. It's uh uh like just the different personalities finally gelling together, because you got Tony and Steven meeting for the first time, and that was just like what happens when you have two narcissists in the room together, and it's exactly what happened there. Let's see, and you got Thor and Star Lord butting heads with one another, and
I
Dude,
don't know what you're talking about.
Bruce saying hi to Nat again.
Oh,
yeah.
he didn't even
Yeah,
say
like,
hi. He
that
just said
gets me.
Nat.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Natasha.
Because
Hey,
he's like
Bruce.
still pissed off, I would be too.
And just what an opening too. Like we've had so much, like in the MCU, we have some heavy stuff, but it's usually light and everything. And this movie just starts off with, hey,
Hits with a
all this
hit.
Asgardian ship, most of the people in this Asgardian ship dead, dead.
Yeah.
Thor is, captured. Uh, Hulk gets his ass just whooped, and all these things, and then Loki, freaking dying in the first 10 minutes of this movie wasn't.
And Heimdall.
That was the first gasp. Like when Loki got stabbed, when Loki was when
That's
Thanos
the first
picked up,
guy.
I just heard the and then just when the just oh man.
Nobody respects Heimdall like I do. Fuck you
That's not
guys.
true. That's not true. I respect the shit out of him.
Thank you, Ruben.
If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have had been prepared. Well, not
Yeah.
prepared, but like
Eric said it, and so we're in like full plot discussion now. Yeah, the hard open, like there is no time for like music or anything. The audio that's playing over like the opening credits, like the Marvel's kind of
distress signal.
scroll. It's just the No, I think it's the. I actually listened with headphones this time. I think they're talking to Thanos' ship, saying we're not a warship.
Well,
I might be crazy.
the only reason why I thought it was a distress signal is because that's how the Guardians like get to the ship.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. Duh. I apologize.
No, that's okay because I also thought that at first.
But yes,
Yeah.
Eric nailed it with the tone here. That drone that plays over and over again every time like Thanos is, it's intimidating is what it is. That I don't want to do it, but like I'll do it. That just happens like throughout the whole movie, and I'm like just scared the whole time. It's so freaking good, dude.
Yeah, man, it's fucking crazy.
And he starts with one stone already, which is wild. And
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like, yeah, he destroyed Xandar. He what? Yeah, he just went and destroyed the place, got the stone. Uh,
Oh, we forgot one piece of Marvel news. Now that we brought up Xandar, they're talking about. Did we already
oh,
discuss this last
the
week?
Nova show
Yeah, finally, my boys.
or
Oh,
the
Kevin,
with
movie.
Dick Ryder.
we don't know who it is with. It might be Dick
Dick
Ryder.
Ryder.
It might
Dick.
be his son. We're not sure. It's Richard Ryder, you piece of shit.
I don't know. Like that's crazy to me. Somebody named him that, you know.
There's a kid named Dick Grayson in Batman. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
not
it's
as funny
more.
as Dick
It's
Ryder.
more. Okay, I just put two and two together. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for Nova.
Okay.
Yeah, so this kind of leads me to my first question: is what makes Infinity War different from the other Avengers movies? And for me, I think it's just all tone and script. This movie does not feel like the normal, like kind of Eric said, like happy-go-lucky. I don't want to call the movies happy-go-lucky either, but you know what I mean. Like those feel like more kind of roller coaster, kind of like fun experiences. Infinity War felt like an event. Yeah. Yes, Ruben.
I would say that there's hope in the other movies. There's little to no hope in this movie. Like you once you see Thanos kill Loki and almost destroy Thor and take out Hulk, you understand what this movie is doing to you. There is no more hope at all. Like the Avengers, once you see that they're split, Tony goes up into space. You have freaking Vision trying to get the fucking stone out of his head, but Wanda's like, no, let's keep it in, and we're like, no, just fucking take it out of him. It, d- they're all scattered, and Tony's vision just comes to fruition, and you realize that the minute that we see them being scattered. So
Can I just say on that notion of no hope? Very easily could this movie have just like kind of stuck to, the Avengers like fighting, right? And like
And
these
winning.
kind of like battles and events. And winning as well, yeah. But to like spend time to like really analyze characters like where they are in the moment before like Thanos hits. Like I'm thinking of two major moments. One is Tony and Pepper talking about like having kids. He mentions Morgan.
Yeah.
Like that sense of futurity is happening right before like this big event. And then Vision and Wanda. Like getting to explore their love, even just for like, I don't know, like 3 to
years.
4 minutes on screen. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
2 years. Yeah, on screen, like 3 to 4 minutes. Like, I buy it. Like, there was
yeah.
not that much set up in it, but like it still felt like they had history and it felt like lived in. And that what that does is like when you have like these major moments that happen later on in the movie, we feel that weight because they're so connected with other characters that it feels more powerful and tangible. It's such great filmmaking.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
I think what makes this movie different than all the other ones is like how the Russos talked about. Like the main character in this movie is Thanos. Like
Yes.
this is his movie, and we go on the journey with him. And I liked how they talked about like there's a reason like he took off the armor in the beginning because this was like a spiritual moment for him. Like this is what his life's goal was, is to get all these stones. And the fact that he's not even just like wearing armor at all during the movie just shows how much this means to him. And I think that, you know, underneath it all, you find out, yeah, this guy is a toxic abuser, is what he is. And he's not this righteous person that you think. And it always goes into the classic saying, like, the villains, the best kind of villains are ones who think they're right.
Mhm.
And obviously, like, the man was like, all right, I got a plan. I'm going to do this. And he thinks he's right in this. Like, look, I'm trying to save everybody here by wiping half of the universe out. And it's just, oof.
Okay, I'm gonna bring up the question now that I think Ruben was typing in,
Yeah.
which I have to answer immediately because Eric just brought it up as well. Ruben writes, the ultimate question about this movie: was Thanos right? Immediately, my answer is no. And there's no way.
So it's difficult because you have to take into account of one, did anybody ask Thanos to do this? Like, no. He could have done it for himself. He could have taken the time stone and just go back in time and done it for his planet, but no, this man decides to take up the mantle, which I thought we were gonna go with, like the reason why he really did all of this was because he wanted to.
Bang, death.
Yes,
Let's get
yes.
with him.
Maybe
So I
that.
was really hoping that was what it was, but it's an even better storyline that we get this. But yeah, the fact that he does it by himself without asking any sort of population of people is kind of like, okay, well, you didn't really need to do this. You wanted to do this because you thought you were right, but like, and nobody really asking you to do this. So why don't you fucking take it up with your people? And if they chose not to do it, that's because there's a seriously ethical problem with
Yeah.
the whole situation. But I would say Thanos was right up to a certain extent. Just
Oh,
because
no,
you're
like-
right doesn't mean you have to follow through with what you've done.
Like for me, is he right about like overpopulation? Absolutely. We
Yeah,
face that
yeah,
all the
yeah,
time in
yeah.
our own world. Like, yeah. Is he right
Right
about
about
like genocide to
Taking his into his own actions, like no,
absolutely not. When you have the power to do anything at the palm of your hand, like killing half of the species everywhere, it probably shouldn't be the thing you do. Like that's
make
why he's a
the
villain,
world's
right?
bigger.
Yeah, no, like more food.
Yeah,
You know,
more food,
resources.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
actually, no. That fucks up. You know what I just found out, guys? I'm sorry to go off on a little tangent here.
I'm interested.
So, it's stupid, but like it might blow your mind. Like the reason why the Earth is stayed the same weight is because all of the things that we've built was still found on Earth. Like all the high-rise buildings we've fucking made. It's just fucking pieces of.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's just so like if he added more resources, it kind of would have fucked things up.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is interesting.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, you don't think of that. So you have to like
Oh.
proportion it. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's got to be proportioned.
Yeah. All right, take some water away.
Wow.
Some
As you know, Ruben, the hardest choices require the strongest wills.
Yeah, but
We didn't talk enough about how hard Thanos' lines were in this movie.
oh my god, so hard, so hard. But we also don't talk about the fact that we get one of the greatest scenes in this movie of all time, where the we have Spider-Man and Iron Man and Doctor Strange just fighting the Guardians, and we get Iron Man asking, "Are you from Earth?" No, I'm from Missouri. That's on Earth, stupid. It was just like that whole scene of them bickering back and forth is fucking great.
I can't believe from that scene you choose that joke over why is Gamora.
I mean,
Like, why
yes.
is Gamora
Or
iconic?
what
dude?
master do you serve? What do you want me to say?
Jesus
or something?
Oh my god, so good, so good.
This movie got some good jokes. There's some funny shit in there. Real quick, I also want to ask something. This movie is different in that it's got like actual like different stories, like different character. We're following different characters doing different things.
I'll be right back.
The other ones don't necessarily do that. Like I think in Age of Ultron they were going to do that with Thor going off to do something else, and then they cut it, right? But this one, like, Thor really does have like an arc here, and I think Thor is probably the most interesting to me in Infinity War than the other movies because like we really get to like analyze his psyche. He lost everyone, and he's dealing with it in his own way. And he goes.
He's the MVP of this movie.
God, dude, I'm gonna say it. I love watching him go to make Stormbreaker at Never
Oh yeah,
It's so cool.
I think on the internet people were like, "This just takes everything out." Like, no, I just think it shows that Thor got spanked. Let's be real. Like, he got spanked in Ragnarok and lost his dad. He got spanked in this one and lost, his best friend. He lost Loki and everything. And like the scene where like Rocket's talking to him, where he's like, "Yeah, he just beat you," and he's like, "Well, he hasn't beaten me twice." And like Chris Hemsworth acting in that scene was really good because like he's trying to hold back all these tears and everything, and still trying to maintain the macho ness of Thor. I thought it was really good. Like, it was a very nuanced performance by him.
Yeah, because he smiles at Rocket at the end of that thing when he's saying like how everyone he's lost, and like you can tell it's like a totally fake smile, but yet he still goes on this mission because that's what he does. When I watch him freaking throw Rocket's pod and then start up I don't know, the machine that orbits this star by just sheer strength, I start to question like Hulk being the strongest Avenger when that question is posed in Ragnarok. I don't know. Thor got something going on.
I think that Thor is probably the strongest Avenger in the MCU, but in the comics, Hulk is definitely
until that point, because then Captain Marvel shows up.
I will say Hulk is pretty nerfed in the MCU, for being honest.
Because he has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's talk a little bit about the character arcs. So we've got Tony, Strange, and Peter all going on the way to Titan. We've got Cap and the rest of the crew going into Wakanda. We've got the Guardians / Gamora and Thanos, and then Thor's mission. Which one do you guys say is like your favorite of those? It's hard to pick one. I'm sure.
I would have to say.
Also good.
Go ahead, Eric.
I mean, I probably was gonna say the Thor Guardian stuff was probably my favorite. Especially like the joke in the beginning where it's just like,
yeah,
it's like, no, you are a dude. This is a man. And it's like, please, Quill, you're like one sandwich away from being fat. He's like, what? All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get a Bowflex. Yeah. I'm gonna come in.
That's funny to me because like normally, like movies they don't really mention like weight fluctuations between movies, but like I don't know, like really pointing that out at the beginning of the Guardian scene and then saying, "Hey, you gained a little weight." I don't know. That's just funny.
It was funny because like it just shows like that's the family right there. It's like, come on, Quill, and like even like Star-Lord's like, Gamora, like, am I getting fat? It's like this is like a pirate made a child with an angel.
Look at all these muscles.
Stop talking about his muscles.
How did I not remember to bring up Gamora and Star-Lord, like exploring the relationship? Like Gamora really lets herself be emotionally open. What?
Why? Why do you got to show us Lay's? So we got product placement now?
I'm standing
Oh, he's
perfectly
he's
still.
doing that for the Drax.
Oh.
And now I understand. That's funny as well. That's
Thank you.
funny as well. One thing I forgot to mention from earlier, one of my favorite scenes, and why I think this movie is so different, is again tone. That sense of dread, like really meanders through the movie. My favorite scene is in the beginning when Tony is about to call Cap on his little flip phone, and then the invasion happens, and they go outside, and there's this tracking shot which they had never done really in the MCU movies quite to this extent, where we're getting like a POV from like a handy cam, like a shoulder cam. So we're like at eye level with the Avengers, which is cool by the way, because normally they're like larger than life kind of figures, and they're doing all this crazy stuff. But this feels intimate, and we're seeing all these people like in New York suffer through this invasion, running away, getting into car accidents. Tony saves someone, like pulling him out of the car and hands him off to Wong, and he's going up and he's talking to Strange, and they're getting ready to fight, and it's like one of it's nothing. It's a 30-second, sequence of a tracking shot, and it does so much for me to establish like this movie is different, and it's going to fuck with you.
I
So
forgot to
good.
mention this earlier. Like, it shows this movie right here shows how much Civil War affected the MCU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. Like, had everyone been on a united front, had things looked a little differently. But no, because of that movie, everyone is split, and so you got to think, like, is that the reason why we lost? Is because the Avengers split? And I always thought that was interesting, especially like you're right, like he's about to call Cap, and like Tony's prideful, very much got a big ego. I don't know if he could have brought himself like Cap, I need you. So
Hey, that's a good question though, because it leads to another question that Eric wrote. I think Eric wrote this one in as well. Is the Guardians, part of the Guardians, and Tony's team on Titan almost get the glove off. They actually do get it off. Thanos catches it and then puts it back on. It's Star-Lord's actions that lead to Thanos waking back up. And Eric, I will answer your question for you. Star-Lord, yes, did nothing wrong, and I stand by it.
No. Star-Lord did everything wrong.
Ruben,
We had the glove
It
off.
was his
Ruben,
plan to. It was his plan to stop it.
We
Ruben,
had the
let
glove
me
off.
let me
Okay?
explain to you something about human emotions, Ruben. So just sit down right there.
Yes.
Zoom out real quick. I want to zoom. I want to have you zoom out. So, all right, Ruben, say you lost Ella, okay?
I'm not gonna worry.
Say your lovely fiance was taken away from you by a madman, okay? You see that madman, okay? And then you're told, "Hey, this guy killed your beloved." You are not going to act in a rational manner. You are not. You can say that you would. You are not going to. Star Lord in this moment had a very human emotion with this. Yeah, let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish.
Okay.
He had a very human, real emotion in this scenario, and he was upset because he lost, obviously, arguably the love of his life because of this guy who's right in front of him, and he can let some anger out. He wasn't thinking about anyone else in this scenario. He was only thinking about Gamora.
I understand that.
So Star-Lord, Internet, did nothing wrong.
However, there are a couple of Guardians here that knew what was going to happen to Gamora. Not saying that she was going to end up dying.
Who knew?
No, again, not saying that they knew that she was going to end up dying, but they knew that Thanos had taken her. Okay? We had Drax, which is kind of an idiot. Sometimes the little things, everything goes over Drax's head. But we also had Mantis. So Mantis could have felt the feelings that this man was having. And she was able to take him out of the battle. Did we need him in this battle? Not really. He didn't really do much.
Star-Lord?
It's his plan.
Was it really his plan though?
He had the cool shot of jumping in the pools and flipping off Thanos.
He didn't.
He literally says, "This is my plan." By the way.
Yeah, but I took that as like it wasn't really his plan.
He literally makes the plan.
I'll tell you what. You want to know why it wasn't his plan?
This is what it's like arguing with people who think Star-Lord did everything wrong.
Star-Lord didn't do everything wrong, but Star-Lord could have given us at least 2 minutes before punching him. All right, 2 minutes. That's all we needed. And Iron Man was right there saying, "Hey, just calm down, bro. We almost got this thing off."
This is a stranger he's never really met before.
It doesn't matter if it's a stranger that he's never met before. They're on the same team, Eric.
The thing is, Star-Lord has never had the emotional maturity of an adult man.
This
It
is
comes in
true.
Very rarely. He was raised by the Ravagers at the age of like 13 plus. I don't expect for him to be like, well, let me wait. Hold on, guys. Let me wait for my feelings for a second. Like,
All the
he's
more
just-
reason
he's just as
why
rash as
Mantis
Tony
could have
is.
put him to sleep.
he would.
Star-Lord?
Yeah.
How could she do that when she's holding Thanos?
I'm saying before the battle. Before the battle, guys. Come on.
How does
this
Mantis
was Star-Lord's
know?
plan.
How does
I
Mantis
still don't
know
think that it
Gamora's
was his
gone?
plan. Because she saw Thanos take him away. Take her away. Sorry. I'm not saying she knew.
But how does she
No.
know she's dead?
I'm not saying that she knows that she's dead. I'm saying this guy is a fucking hothead. Let's let's take him away from Thanos for a second because he might do something that we least expect.
Quill saw Thanos take Gamora away.
That's what I'm saying. Do you not understand what I'm trying to
No,
tell you?
I don't understand what you're saying. It's because you're trying to say that Mantis should have, in her all wisdom,
No.
should have put Peter Quill to sleep. That's literally what you're saying.
I am just
She
trying
could
to
have put
say
Peter Quill to sleep.
Mantis has been with Quill for what? I would say what? This is, they said 2 years?
This has been 4 years.
4 years. They've been hanging out together for 4 years. You mean to tell me all this?
2014, Guardians 2 came out. I don't know if I
Yeah.
believe that.
It did. It's 6 months after the first movie.
6 months after the first movie?
Guardians 2 is set.
Yep.
Oh, it is set 6 months out.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you meant like it came out 6 months after the first movie. I
Yeah.
was like, wait, what? Anyway, they've been together for 4 years in the same ship. You mean to tell me that in 4 years, you're telling me that you have a coworker you've worked with a coworker for 4 years, okay?
No.
And you're telling me that you don't see this person as emotional?
Here's the thing, though. You're basing your argument on assuming, is the thing, on assumption, and the
Alright.
text tells us X, Y, and Z about these characters.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree that Star-Lord is the reason why we failed. Okay? We're just gonna have to agree to disagree. Now do me a favor and get this man a shield.
Oh man,
You really
Black
want to talk about Wakanda, don't you?
Actually, that's
Wakanda.
my
Yak-
least favorite part.
Yaskanda.
I don't.
You're gonna go ahead and get yourself a timeout for like a minute for saying that.
I'll take my time out. I'll take my time out.
So Christian,
30
what is
seconds.
your favorite storyline to follow?
Okay, and Thor. I love Thor's arc, but for me, I think it has to be Captain America because there's something about that mystery of like the lost years of him like being away and then coming back in when he's needed because Wanda like had missed her rendezvous. I'm gonna say this one thing. I think arguably Captain America's entrance is better than Thor's.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Stormbreaker, him coming in to Wakanda to save like everyone in this one moment by throwing Stormbreaker around is cool. It is a hype entrance, right? We love seeing the edits with Led Zeppelin music, put on over it. Captain America showing up right before like Vision is about to like die and stuff, like it's over for Wanda. And you hear like that train, there's something going on behind it. Everyone turns around and he's silhouetted and he walks up and he's like bearded as hell and he catches the spear. Nothing quite like it. Get the heck out of here, dude. It's so good.
100% agree. Cap's entrance in this movie is phenomenal, and you're right. Not a lot of people seem to think that. I guess like they're too overtaken by Thor's entrance to the battle, which is okay. I just feel like Cap came in and like was it fucking clutch and saved.
He whooped that ass.
Yeah, he really did. And you know what?
And-
I will also say Scarlet Witch. No, not Scarlet Witch. Black Widow. Fucking holding her own, grabbing that spear that he threw and fucking beating this girl's ass. Oh,
Yeah, it's fucking great. Also, Cap with the dark clothing, the beard and the long hair.
yeah.
Favorite look.
Yeah, mine too. Mine too.
Eric, your timeout is over. I want to hear your thoughts on this
Oh,
scene.
I mean, like it's such a great scene. It's like with the Avengers music playing in the background. This was like the first, a moment where some of our heroes are about to be, possibly eliminated. Other Avengers come in and save the day. I think it's awesome. I don't think it's anywhere as cool as Thor entering, because everyone was getting overrun, and the Rainbow Bridge coming down, and then everyone, like especially with Bruce screaming, "You guys are so screwed now," and then like Thor just going into the "Bring me Thanos" part and just jumping up and hammering. Oh, so
That was
good.
cool. That was cool.
Uh, I just it was just so, and like I said, it worked. This movie works because every little piece we go to is just characters we want to spend more time with. Obviously, like we go from the Guardians, like, ooh, we wonder what Cap and all them are doing. Oh, this is very important right here. Oh, let's cut back to Tony, Steve, and Peter. Oh, this is also very important right here. It's not like any part for me was weaker than the other, because these are
Sure.
all characters that we love and want to spend time with.
I'm gonna bring up some more cool moments just to get us talking through some more stuff. The nanotech suit up scene, awesome. Does it hold up visually? Maybe not as well, but I don't care. I think it's still a very cool scene.
I think this is
Also,
probably my least favorite suit.
wow, really?
Yeah, I would rather it be practical. Not I don't know if the other suits were practical effects, but no.
Iron Man 1 is the only one where they use practical effects.
So like I just don't like the nanotech stuff. It works on Spider-Man, but it doesn't work on Tony.
No, like the fight with Thanos is really cool when he's like
Yes.
using.
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
that
But
stuff's cool.
just like seeing him walk in it, like in the first scene.
Yeah, it's off, right?
It's really off. I don't like the way the suit looks.
I can agree with you there. However, one other cool thing that the nanotech did provide is a different use of propulsion, which I think adds a sense of scale. One of my favorite shots in this movie is like how far away the ship is that Peter's on, and he's saying, "Friday, give me a little bit more juice or whatever," and the big propeller or whatever. I don't
Yeah.
know what tech he's using. The big
Propulsion.
one comes out, and then just it's fucking rad.
Yeah.
I
It's
tell
gonna
you,
be so cool.
forgot that one scene also right before he's about to suit up. He's like, all right, time to let the big guy out. All right, come on, buddy. I've missed you right now. Let's go. Let's get this. We got this for now. Really? Really? You're embarrassing me in front of the Wizards.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Some more cool moments.
Let's
Oh
not
my
forget
god.
about Friday. Let's
What
not
about
forget
it?
about just how great Friday is, you know?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
There was a moment in this movie that I forget about. And every time I watch it, this scene happen, I remember I'm instantly transported back to my theater. When the Guardians go to nowhere to try to take out Thanos, and we get that scene of Gamora stabbing Thanos in the neck and dying. Obviously I knew like something's up. Like that's not actually him dying. I was smart enough to realize this. What I did not fully like understand was that, oh my god, the guy next to me goes, does he already have it? And that's when it clicked for me. He's
Yeah.
already got the fucking reality stone.
Yep.
And like it starts coming apart, and dude, again, killer scene.
Like, oh, the boyfriend. And like when he says like, do it, he like puts Gamora's head to the gun.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, come on, are you gonna do it? And it's like, oh.
And when he finally does it, I'm like, oh shit. And then we just see bubbles. And then Thanos goes, I like him. And it just fucking
Dude.
proceeds to bounce.
You forgot the most important part. Gamora saying, I love you more than anything to Peter. Come on. Come on.
So good. So good.
Well, he really should have waited 2 minutes, Christian. Just 2 minutes.
Yeah.
What is that?
They almost had the glove off,
I was
Christian.
just saying, like, he says, I love you more than anything. I'm like, but he should have waited.
He
2
didn't say
minutes,
that.
Christian.
She did. Okay?
No,
I just wanna
no,
put that
I'm
out
saying
there.
in the thing right here. Never mind. No, let's just move on.
Okay. All right.
Some more stuff. This one of my critiques of this movie is some of the jokes don't land for me. The one I'm thinking of particularly is when Spider-Man does the callback to Civil War and he goes, "You ever see that really old movie Aliens?" I was like, is it enough for me to hate the movie? Absolutely not. Like whatever. It's just
I
one
would say
line.
he brings it back with the Footloose joke. Well, not
That
the
is good.
the, the
Yeah, it
Footloose.
never
just
was.
Still
was, yeah.
That is good.
And
But
we just had that shot of Peter's face, like what?
this is when Spider-Man becomes an Avenger,
Yeah.
which is cool.
That's just
You get
a
to-
nice little moment, and Peter's just like, ah.
He stands up straight. It's great. What else? What else here? Thor getting an eyeball that was hitting up Rocket's butt.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Fantastic.
Real weird.
There's so many just we were talking about jokes. It's like Nebdalier, that's a made up word. All words are made up.
Which he's got
Which
a
is
point.
true.
Yeah, he's got a point.
Speaking of which, how do you guys feel about Peter Dinklage?
It was
That was fun.
weird. It was weird to see him in this, but like, yeah, it was fine.
That's
Because everyone was thinking when he was going to come into it, he was going to be a Pip.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and so that's what everyone thought. So I like the change up, the fact that he was not, the short
Yes.
impish character.
Yeah.
I thought that was a nice change of pace. How like he's a dwarf but giant.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a neat little thing right there. And just
And-
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And a tragic story. Like he's like has no more hands, and he's like the first thing he says is, "You were supposed to protect us." Couldn't.
Just
Asgard is
adds to
gone.
Thor's grief right there. It's like, oh, I'm supposed
Yeah.
to be like the hero everyone says, and then just when they're making it a character moment there for Groot as well. Where and
So
it's just
cool.
like everything just works in this movie. I rarely think I don't think there's anything for me personally that just falls flat. I think just like the tension in the movie, just everything, all the fight sequences are really great. And I know we've talked about all this stuff, but just I want to get to like the Thanos Gamora stuff because I think that was one of the most interesting parts of the movie.
We get a flashback,
Yeah,
which is cool.
I didn't even know it was happening. Like, we didn't know it was a flashback. Like it's happening just
Yeah.
mid movie, which is insane.
It is weird though. We get the flashback and he gives her the double-sided knife or blade, whatever. And she still has it at the end. You hate this man so much, but you still keep the thing that he gave you?
I don't think she had it. I think
She
she
did.
took it from.
Mhm.
Oh no, yeah. No,
She
yeah.
had it.
Never mind. I'm sorry. Yeah,
She
you're
I think
had
right.
it.
she that was the thing she used to stab Thanos on Nowhere.
Right, but
She used
that's what
that
I'm
knife.
She
saying,
took it off
like-
the hilt in that moment, but she did have it on like the ship earlier.
Oh,
was,
she
like,
took it off the
looking at
hilt?
it. Yeah.
Okay, then never mind.
I mean, it just shows like what an abusive relationship it was.
No,
And
'cause I thought-
think that's
I thought she was holding on to it this entire time.
She had it on the Guardian ship. She was like looking at it. That's like when we get out of the flashback, she's looking at the blade.
Okay, so it is kind of weird. But yeah, I would have to go back to the abusive relationship thing.
I don't think it's that weird. Yeah, it's
I mean, like,
normal
she hates him so
personality.
much. Why would she keep that?
it could have been a reminder when her people
reminder.
were murdered too.
Yeah, okay, all right.
I almost
Um,
forgot about the scene, the Soul Stone scene.
Well,
ah,
First of all, seeing Red Skull was just like insane.
was
insane.
another
Everybody
fast
was
moment, yeah.
fucking flipping out in my theater.
like that
Yeah.
scene is probably, that may be one of my favorites, top 3 scenes in the movie. Especially like when she's like, "You failed" and everything, and he starts crying, and she's like, "Haha, you can't." It's like those tears are not for him, and I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
And like the thing where it's like you can't love anything. And I'm just like, man, this is really deep right here.
Yeah.
There was a moment when I thought, because when Gamora dies, it cuts to black. There was a moment I thought, really, is this where we're ending the movie? That fucking sucks.
Oh,
And he
yeah.
wakes up and he's got
Yeah.
the Soul Stone. I'm like, man, this shit's still going. I'm
Yeah,
in
yeah,
this.
yep.
This is strapped in, baby. The one thing we're kind of gearing up towards the end here. One thing we haven't talked about is the Wakanda fight, which Ruben doesn't like that much, but I do want to say, Chadwick, saying like the White Wolf has rested long enough, badass. Him just like war chanting over and over again, watching these like enemies like come by, badass.
Yeah.
Him saying Wakanda forever before sprinting off, hardest line in the movie.
Yeah. I have to agree.
What are your problems with Wakanda? Like
I don't know.
fight?
Like, it's mostly revolving Cap. Like, I hate those shields that they give Cap. I find it to be really, really stupid. Like, just give him. You could have just made another shield. Another circular shield. It didn't have to be, painted. Just, you know, it just looks stupid.
Oh, we haven't gone to Chad right here. So people agree with me, Ruben. Tony would have done the same thing had it been Pepper.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
I don't
you.
know who
Is
wrote
it
that, thank you.
Frank?
Yeah, Frank.
He's Frank. Yeah.
Eh,
Done the
maybe.
same thing. Yep.
Maybe.
That's what I was saying.
Thank you.
Tony's just as rash. Tony's just as rash.
Maybe. I feel like Spider-Man would have been able to talk him down, though. But they also wouldn't have had the gauntlet off that quickly. Well, not that quickly, but like that much. There wouldn't have been any hope for that gauntlet to come off if it was just Spider-Man taking it off. Like, Spider-Man also had... The reason why I blame this all on Star-Lord is because Spider-Man and Tony are taking that gauntlet off. And they have it. We see it almost off. It's almost off. And then fucking Star-Lord just has to fucking ruin everything.
Don't forget, Ruben, there's one where they win. So you could say that the glove, Star-Lord had to do that for them to win.
We also could have just said that, like...
Like, if you're going to blame anyone, blame Thanos for killing Gamora. Like, let's not blame...
Nah, let's blame Star-Lord. Because Thanos is just, like...
You know what? How about this? Star-Lord's fine. Chris Pratt, fuck you.
All right, I'll take that.
I hope Star-Lord looks at you in Guardians Volume 3, Ruben, and just says...
Looks at me
It wasn't my
personally.
fault.
Yeah, he looks at you personally and says, fuck you.
I'm okay with that. If he names me also, like, I'm totally fine with that.
Lots of stuff in Wakanda. Cap fighting whatever those things are called. I forget what that species is from New York. Yeah.
I am Chris Rogers. Oh,
Amazing scene.
Steve Rogers.
I'm Chris
Chris
Rogers.
Oh, man.
So you copied my beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff is cool.
Which also brings us back
Cap
to
Harris is fighting
Endgame.
cool.
Oh, my God. I didn't realize that. Like, the scene with him picking up the hammer. It's a little... Not a callback, but like a future reference, I guess. Maybe?
How?
Am I pulling it, dude? Am I
You're- I
pulling out
think you're-
something?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Just like them having that, like, oh, you copied me. Like, he also copied him in Endgame where he picks up the hammer.
I don't know about this one, Chief.
All right, that's
yeah,
fine.
this
That's
this
fine.
ain't it.
That's
This
fine.
ain't it.
That's okay. That's okay.
I think my favorite, like, women empowerment moment that doesn't feel like, I guess, spoilers for Endgame. Like, I don't like the one in Endgame. Like, that to me just felt weird and artificial. The one in Wakanda and Infinity War, I think, is fucking amazing.
Perfect.
Hearing Scarlett Johansson say she's not alone off screen is so cool, and then seeing like her and Okoye fight. I forget her name. One of the children of Thanos.
I think it was Midnight Proxima.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, the children of Thanos, I think, are incredible characters as well. Like they're very cool. Were they perfect? No,
No.
but like whatever. They're great. Like,
Henchmen.
medium sized.
They were intimidating.
Yeah,
Just-
exactly.
It was super intimidating.
That fight was fucking awesome, and then it leads to one of the greatest lines in the movie, which is Okoye saying, "Why was she up there all this time?" Fucking, come
So
on,
good.
dude, it's so good. Yeah, what other stuff from Wakanda do you guys like?
I liked the Shuri kind of showing up Bruce Banner. Like, why didn't you do that? Well, we didn't.
think of
We didn't do
That is good.
I would say for me, we have, of course, Spider-Man having the hardest goodbye on.
We're talking about
Wakanda. That's
No,
not.
I understand. Let me
talking about Wakanda.
let me get there. For me, there's also one of the hardest goodbyes that we have to say at the end of this movie is Rocket saying goodbye to Groot, and it just fucking tears me up every time.
I think we're gonna get to the big
You know,
climax.
Saving this.
It
Dig
just
it.
fucking
Yeah.
tears
Just
me up, guys.
what's
I just
going on
watched this,
here?
I'm sorry. Like, whew.
We're about to get to the climax, Ruben.
Okay,
Don't worry.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
Okay, well, we'll just get there. It seems like maybe
Like Ruben's ready for it.
it seems like maybe the tides are turning because the Avengers and the rest of the army are killing these children of Thanos enemies, but then Thanos arrives. Thor comes down with that fucking Stormbreaker, hits him right in the fucking in the chest, and goes, "You should have gone for the head." Snap. Cut to white. When I tell you I fucking gasped. I don't normally like say things in the theater, but Infinity War made me fucking gasp out loud like the true Mexican I am. And yeah, when we get back and people start to disappear,
Insane.
please,
Fucking insane.
you guys, please,
Eric.
you talk about your favorite like disappearing moment. I don't know.
Yeah. Who's the one that hit you the hardest?
Oh, obviously,
We
it's
know the
Spider-Man.
answer.
It's
Yeah.
obviously Spider-Man, where he's like, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good, because apparently that was improv.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, apparently the Mr. Stark, I don't feel so
Interesting.
good was improv. And it's just like that hurts because like Tony pretty much is all alone there.
Yeah.
Obviously Nebula's right there, but
Yeah, but like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is Peter's mentee. I mean, this is Tony's mentee, so it's just. But oh
Spider-Man
man,
get me, but you know which one I think for me gets me a little bit more for some weird reason? Black Panther going away.
get up, General.
When I see him say "Get up, General," and when I was in the theater, I was like, "Fuck, Okoye's gone," and then Black Panther disappears, and that was like I just did not think like there's no way Black Panther is going away, and 1 second later he's gone. It's like, fuck, I don't know who else is gonna go, and it's everyone.
Everyone.
Come on. When I tell you I still actually watch theater reactions to this scene just to feel something. This and Endgame, like why not? Like those theater reactions are
Yeah,
incredible.
man. I still watch the videos like recently when we were watching Hawkeye. I still watch all the compilations of everybody putting the disappearances together, and it just fucking hits every single time.
Yeah.
The dustings. I'm sorry, not the disappearances.
The blip. I don't know why they call it the blip. I like the snap.
I prefer the snap better.
The snapping.
The snapping. That's
just
got a
kidding.
really good. No, I like it though.
and the wild part is like I know there is like happens right before when like everyone's trying to stop Thanos from getting to Vision. Like that moment where Cap is like stopping this super
Where we-
giant
Oh,
alien.
Yeah,
is-
man. Where we think
It's
he's
so
got it.
good.
We think
And
he's
then
got
like
it.
Wanda and Vision in that scene, bro.
and you know what hurts even more is the fact that she thinks she wins, and then Thanos just nope. Like he uses the time stone to bring it right back. Like I got that, and it's like, oh god, there's nothing they can do here.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. I forgot he had the time stone in that scene. Like when I was in theaters watching it, I forgot. Like, there's no way that he's gonna be able to fucking bring it back, and then he does. Savage.
How could I forget one of my other two favorite moments is the battle on Titan is fucking raw. Real quick, I want to say if Sam Raimi can capture like 1/10 of Doctor Strange fighting Thanos in Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, it's gonna be a great movie because that fight scene was incredible. Shout out to Thanos, like a whole planet or a moon, whatever. No,
Moon.
the
Oh
planet because they're on the
god.
moon and just throwing that on Tony. Come on, bro. Like cinematic porno.
And everybody was saying like, there's no way that they can bring this like from. They can't translate it from the comics into a movie, and they do it, and it's just like, oh god.
Love when he grabs Peter and just screams insect at him. Oh, I thought that was so nice.
Did anyone else think Tony was gonna die when he got stabbed?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I thought that was
yeah.
it for him.
Yeah.
It was. And then we got another freaking hard ass Thanos line where he's like, I hope they remember you. And like he knows Tony's like Stark. And he's like, you know me? Like, I do. You're not the only one cursed with
Cursed with
knowledge.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
I gotta say, this is probably one of the movies that my friend group quotes the most. Just like all the Thanos lines, we quote it every single time somebody disappoints us.
And then like also in the beginning when he's like he's got Loki and it's like no resurrections this time.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh
Yeah. That line is raw as well. As we start to ramp up, because I'm sure we'll get more discussion here in like our rankings and stuff, I want to quickly ask if there's any critiques you have. The only one I have with this movie is I still don't think the blue screen stuff looks good. There are a lot of times where I just like am taken out of the movie experience because I think the backgrounds look very much fake, and I can tell they're in a room. But other than that, I think it's a great movie. It's like the only complaint I have.
Oh, complaints wise, I don't really have many complaints with this. I think this is just it focuses on characters as much as it does action, which is wild because you have this super crazy world-ending event, but they focus just as much on what makes these characters tick as the action, and I think that is what makes this movie work.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say for me, it's the minor stuff, the cap shield, just like it could have been better, and of course Tony's suit, just the nanotech.
Oh,
That's about it.
speaking of Cap, when he and Black Panther are running at full speed to the shield,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
oh,
cool, man. That's cool.
and it's wild is like we barely like scratched the surface on a lot of stuff. Like we didn't even talk to the fact like how this affected the Hulk. Because I
Oh
know
yeah.
you said you didn't like how the Hulk was in this movie, Ruben,
well,
but
it was just more the Hulkbusters scenes.
I
Like,
just thought it was so cool.
you're gonna
Like
get it now. Like, what?
Hulk just got manhandled, and that affected his confidence and stuff. And it's
No,
just
yeah,
so
I wholeheartedly agree. It's just like
it's just so good.
could have been better.
Hulk a burning fudge. That was a good one.
Fucking Wong rocks. What are you gonna do?
You're invited to my wedding.
He's got to protect the Sanctum Sanctorum. Now that Strange is gone, he just bounces out. Like, good luck, y'all.
Yeah.
Protecting
shit,
your
I guess.
reality, douchebag. Come on. Anyway, let's get into our rankings here. Ruben, you're the first one up.
So, of course, we have our top 5 rankings for the Stanley cameos. And of course, we always say this, I'm just doing top 5 just because it's a long list. It's up there on the screen. You can read it out to yourself if you want. For number 5, we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Guy Annoying the Watchers on the Planet. Number 4, we have Avengers, Superheroes in New York, Give Me a Break. The old man playing chess in the park in the news segment. Number 3, we have Thor, the pickup truck guy trying to lift a hammer, looking back, asking, "Did I get it?" Number 2, Spider-Man Homecoming as the guy in the building that says, "Get away from there, you punk." And of course, number 1, we have Avengers Age of Ultron, World War II vet that gets super hammered at the Avengers party and says, "Excelsior." And of course, this Stanley cameo was him on the bus saying, "What's the matter? You kids never seen a spaceship before?"
I love the intro to this one too. It's like I need a distraction. We're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and our first shot of Spidey Sense. That was also awesome
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
That was another big moment in the theater.
Very good, very good. Sorry, Peter Tingle. That's pretty sense.
I'll go first. I would put this. This one's kind of mid for me. I think.
Yes, I agree.
I think I would put this right below number 9. I'd say this is the new number 10.
Simpatico, you and me right now, dude. That's exactly what. Yes,
New number 10.
100% agree with you. Yeah. For me, is it my favorite? No, but at least I think it's more memorable than him at the craps table.
Yeah.
With Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to agree. New number 10.
Just like that.
Just like that. Hold on. Give me a sec. Don't you fucking move. Actually, you know what? Keep going. I'll just update it next time.
All right, everyone. It's time for the segment where we rank the villains. We had a new number 1 last
Thank you,
week.
Christian.
And of course, as we always ask, what good are heroes without a good villain? So let's try and see where old Purple Chin is going to be in this ranking. So,
Grimace from McDonald's.
number 5, Green Goblin from No Way Home. Number 4, Wenwu from Shang-Chi. Number 3, Baron Zemo from Civil War. Number 2, Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. And number 1, Killmonger from Black Panther. Ruben, I'm going to start with you first.
All right.
Where does the Mad Titan fall on this list for you?
So here's the thing. Let's take it down from the top, from the
Okay.
bottom, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is he better than Malekith / Curse?
Are
Absolutely.
you gonna do this? Oh my god!
No. Is okay. Let's start from the 12 at least. Is he better than
Mhm.
Red Skull? Absolutely.
Yes.
Taskmaster Dracov,
Yes.
100%. Loki and Thor, hell yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Hela,
Yeah.
Hela's hotter,
Sh-
but we'll take it. Yeah, he's better than that. Loki and Avengers, absolutely. Just again, Loki just needs to get off this list. The Winter Soldier, yeah, absolutely. He destroys the Avengers, and
I'm gripping this water bottle right next to me right now, just in case.
here's where it
I'll give
gets
you some grip.
tricky. Mysterio? I
Yes.
don't know, guys.
No,
No,
stop.
I'm kidding. I'm
Stop.
kidding.
This
I'm
is a
kidding.
bit.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's my new number one.
Oh wow.
Like that.
Thank you.
That is.
Thank you. You were about
Like
to
as
say-
much as I hate to say it, like yes, he does more stuff than Green Goblin. Yes, Vulture psychologically destroys a child in high school. But sure, I guess Thanos is better, is a better villain than Vulture. Sure. So new number one.
Okay. I'll go next. Save Christian for last. This is number one. This is easily number one. Like so scary right out of the gate. Intimidating. He literally fucks over so many of our heroes. He takes down the Incredible Hulk and Thor and all of them in the first 5 minutes of the movie. An actual wonderful like character arc for him, where the whole movie is about him, and I think that's great. I think this Thanos is much better than Endgame Thanos. I mean, we'll get to that a little bit later, but this he wins, and I think that's also another important thing we need to put. Like he literally does what he sets out to succeed, and they fucking end the movie with the villain smiling.
Yeah, but you know what? You know who
And
else? Who
and
you
he
know who else
talks,
won?
but
You know who else won? Green Goblin. That's all I gotta say. And Mysterio. That's all I gotta say.
how did Green Goblin win?
I mean, he took out May. You know, he made him almost into the villain. I'm kidding, Eric. Continue.
But no, like and they asked like, "What are you gonna do?" Instead, like, "I'm gonna to sit down and watch a sunrise over a glorious, grateful universe." He does that. He literally does everything that he's gonna set out to do, and nothing stopped him. And I think, also performance-wise, Josh Brolin just hits a home run with this performance. Like it's so great. All the one-liners that he does that hit so hard. I think that Thanos is number one, and I don't see anything topping him for a long time.
But I never taught you to lie.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're so bad at it. Listen. Is Thanos a top 5 MCU villain? There's no question. There's no doubt in my mind. Is Thanos an S tier villain? Fuck yeah, baby. Are you kidding me? Thanos is incredible. Is he number 1? Sorry, he is not. He is not as good as he is not as good as Killmonger. Is everything Ruben and Eric said true? 1000%. I stand by all of it. I agree with you. Is he better written than Killmonger? No. Although it comes very close. I think Thanos is the new number 2. Obviously, I'm wrong. I'm outvoted. I just want to say my piece anyway, just for fun.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
For me, why Killmonger stands above Thanos is how wonderfully written and empathetic Eric Killmonger comes off as a villain, almost likable. The way we spend time with his childhood and really empathize with how much he lost and how he's dealing with that to get back to Wakanda and then have Wakanda change and then ultimately win in his scenario, right? With, Black Panther creating the outreach program, I think for me is much more powerful and moving than Thanos being like, I want to commit genocide and like kill like half the population. That stuff is fucking cool in execution. Don't get me wrong, but to me, it isn't as powerful as having like something like a positive outcome. Like we need to make your country reach out to all our other brothers and sisters that are out in the world suffering. That to me is like awesomely written. That's why I think Killmonger is my favorite, but I'm happy to have Thanos as number one. Yes.
I do want to ask you a question. Did Killmonger create the conversation in real life that Thanos did, where people left and right were debating on whether or not Thanos was right? Do we have characters?
Yeah, I remember people like talking about Twitter.
Yeah,
That
but
Killmonger was right.
but that's what I'm saying. It wasn't more of a, it was more of an agreement than it was a conversation. Like, you didn't have people disagreeing with other people saying like, well, yeah, Thanos was right.
Because
Well,
you're proving my point. Yeah, Killmonger was right. We agreed that he was right. Thanos is like, that's the question, right?
yeah. Okay.
I just
Yeah.
remember like the cultural like thing that Thanos brought. Like, remember the Reddit purge? I remember that where like Josh Brolin himself was like snapped, and like half the people in this Reddit thing were just banned. Like, you had a website you could go to, like, did you survive the Thanos snap? And
Did you guys do the website? Let's.
yes,
Yes.
I
Who
was
survived?
I was wiped out.
I was also.
Ruben, do you remember?
I was also.
I live, baby.
Nice.
I saw Christian, right? It lives on.
And
There you have it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. New number.
I already
one.
wrote it in. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I wrote it in before you finished.
It's okay. All right. Thanos, new number one. But I think that, Killmonger is going to stay number two on our villain list.
We still have a great top 10.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that. Green Goblin getting out of the top 5.
Hey,
I'm
look
sure that's
at
gonna make
that.
it-
Loki from Thor is finally out of the top 10. Could you believe that? It's finally time. Jesus Christ.
Which leads us to the biggest question of all. Where does this rank among our MCU ranking so far? Reading from number 5 up. Spider-Man Homecoming at number 5. Number 4, Spider-Man Far From Home. Number 3, Captain America The Winter Soldier. Number 2, Captain America Civil War. And number 1, Spider-Man No Way Home. It's going to be tough for you guys, I can tell.
Christian, what's your answer?
What's my answer? I think it's number 1.
Eric?
Number
Like,
2.
Christian, go ahead.
No, why?
No, you said you got what?
I don't know. Like, there's something about Infinity War that really gets me, and it's the stem of it is the writing. I think the writing is probably the strongest in the MCU, like, to date. And we've talked a lot about like why that is. And it's because it focuses just as much as characters as it does its action, and that really spends time to like engage with those characters interacting with each other, and like how Thanos coming has impacted everyone across these like multiple years of movies. Spider-Man No Way Home, while I agree, is probably like I have it at number 10 in my top 21 movies of last year. It's awesome.
Yeah,
It doesn't
I know.
quite hit the highs of me that this Avengers event movie does, even though this was just as much of an event.
Okay. Clearly, the fact that you guys are still waiting on me to give you an answer means you guys don't know me at all. This is my new number 2 for this ranking.
I knew it.
Just because Spider-Man No Way Home gives us everything we could ever want. Like, 10-year-old me sees this fucking movie and he's like, his brain would literally explode. Now, is this a great movie? Yeah, of course this is a great movie. I'm not going to take anything away from it. But, like, Spider-Man No Way Home had so much more writing on it for me. Like, I was more excited to see the mystery of, like, what the fuck would happen after Far From Home than I was.
There's no way you were more excited for that.
Well, no.
than
Than I was.
the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yes, yeah, I would have to say that. Yeah, I was. Just because, like, we had seen, there was all these rumors, like, they were going to get split up, and I was like, oh, I don't really want to fucking see that. So, like, this is a great movie, okay? I'm not taking anything away from it. It's a great movie. It fucking rips my heart out every fucking time I see it. But which gets me more sad? Spider-Man: No Way Home. No Way Home. No Way Home. Come on.
I think for me right here, I don't think No Way Home topped my hype for Infinity War. I think like for me, I have to look at the fact it's just, they did my favorite fictional character really well in No Way Home.
Mm,
That's why it gets the edge over for me for over Infinity War.
yeah.
Like I think it's like one of those things where I think No Way Home on a scale is like 9.5, Infinity War is like a 9.4 or something like that. And it's just
It's too low.
it's so minuscule.
Or they can both be 9.5 and you just like prefer
Yeah,
one
yeah.
over the other.
It could be like it could be like that. I guess I'm just so used to like one has to be higher score than the other. Sports, sorry. Yeah, I just think the fact that they did that with Spider-Man, that's what pushes it over. Like Spider-Man's gonna win for me pretty much every time. So yeah, this is number two. Like this is an exceptional movie. This was a cultural event. This was everything it was and then some. Like this. Oh, I don't want to like be hyperbolic here, but I think this movie literally like changed the world for like the first 2 weeks it was out.
Yeah.
Like after everyone saw Infinity War, like that was something. Like
This was like, I just remember them putting out the not the press release, but like, don't spoil this movie or else Thanos will.
Thanos demands your silence. I
Yeah,
think.
Thanos demands your silence, and that was like fucking crazy. So, I'm sorry, Christian. Like I want to put it as number one.
I already
but-
wrote it in as number 2.
Okay, good.
It already happened. Our new top 10 reads as follows. Number 10, Thor Ragnarok. Number 9, Black Panther. Number 8, Guardians of the Galaxy. Number 7, Shang-Chi. Number 6, Spider-Man Homecoming. Number 5, Spider-Man Far From Home. Number 4, Captain America the Winter Soldier. Number 3, Captain America Civil War. Number 2, Infinity War. And number 1, Spider-Man No Way Home. We've got a few other left in Phase 3. We've got Captain Marvel, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then Endgame. I'm gonna be very curious to see like my personal list, where Endgame ranks, because I used to put Infinity War over it, but now I don't know. We'll see.
That's gonna be a tough ranking, but unfortunately, we have to pause our MCU Rewind series because we're gonna be talking about Moon Knight for the next 6 weeks, and it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be really exciting.
There you have it.
Do you want to just put out some crazy theories on what the fuck is gonna happen in Moon Knight?
I have no idea where to even begin.
Oh man,
Mahershala Ali shows up in episode 5 and says some words. There you go.
says some words. Okay.
Stop. I can't handle it.
Okay. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be real interesting.
Don't forget, guys, Morbius also releases this week too.
Oh my god!
And the
what a
director already
shit show.
spoiled it.
Like what
Fantastic.
a complete shit show. For
I
this
did
movie.
not. I have not seen it yet.
It's,
I didn't
you
see.
don't
I mean, I
wanna
didn't see
it.
the.
You don't
I didn't
wanna-
see the spoilers he released.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it anyway.
I'm gonna see this movie.
I am
Report back to
also
us.
I am also gonna see this movie probably just because it's been killing me ever since they announced this movie, and we saw that first trailer of fucking Michael Keaton also in this movie, but like
Guarantee you, I've seen the fucking trailers over the past almost 3 years so much that I've probably seen like enough of like, if you were to combine all the trailer watches I've have to seen a Morbius, it equals the one movie.
Yeah.
So I'm good.
I,
No Morbius for me.
yeah. I'll let you know how it is. Like I'll let you guys know about Venom. I'll do that. I'll jump on that.
All right. Well, that puts us at plugs then. Who would like to start?
How about you,
Ballin'.
Christian?
Okay, yes. You can follow me at ISOChristian over on Twitter to keep up with all the things that I do. Like my movie podcast over at Large Popcorn, bi-weekly movie show. Next one we're doing, I don't remember. Oh, it's a Star Wars episode. Yeah, there you go. You'll get to find out which Star Wars episode we're going to do pretty soon. I also do a weekly gaming show every Wednesday, except for this week. We're going to do it on Thursday because of a family incident with one of our co-hosts. That's over at Podcast PXN. And then all the stuff I do for this channel. Newest video essay is out. on the top films of 2021. That happened right before the Oscars. You can go over to that, watch that video. Let me know what you think on my list. If you hated it, I'm sorry. And I'm also working on the newest video already, and the one after that.
Wow.
I'm working on 2 videos at once. It's too much. I gotta stop.
What about that Tech Raptor video?
Oh my god, all the Tech Raptor stuff. Yeah. The one I'm working on is under embargo, but more for me next week.
Okay. Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. Eric, where can people find you?
You can follow me at Eric Segan on Twitter. It's very exciting. I finally have Horizon done. I just got to put together that review. 75 hours, like
What's a
with
lot?
a baby. That was fun. And I didn't even finish everything. So, but I'm gonna
Story's
be starting to.
100%.
Did you do the racing?
I did do the racing. I didn't do the last race because I was I was so close to the end of the game. I'm like, all right, I want to see what happens.
Yeah.
But it's like it's there, so I can go back there and just finish it whenever I'm ready.
I did one race. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it was fun. Like it was a fun time. It's I like the fact there weren't 17 of them around. It's just like 3 tracks, so it's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna work on that review soon. Hopefully, we'll get that up by the end of next week. Hopefully. Um, let's see. I'm gonna be starting Elden Ring tonight, and I am so excited.
It's gonna be the
So
next 3 months of your life. I guarantee
probably
you.
we'll see how it
Maybe
goes.
5.
But no, a really exciting, fun time. So about to have Moon Knight. So excited about to finally get Moon Knight show. I've been waiting for this for a while. So
Okay. And of course, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at That Guy Tuesday. You can find the channel at Pen Conquest on Twitter, Penultimate Conquest on Instagram. I'm debating on whether or not. Well, it's not really up for debate. I'm trying to figure out what my first video essay should be about. So, if you have any ideas, feel free to tweet them at me. Yeah. We're also thinking, well, I'm also trying to put into the works a Mario Kart tournament situation happening with the DLC, but that's on the back burner for now just because it's going to take forever for that DLC to come out. I think it's like a year and a half.
you can just do the first. You can just do one for every time.
Yeah, that's what I was
No?
thinking, but again, I got to find people that are interested in doing
There's 8 races out right now.
that. Okay.
Good
All right.
God.
That's a cool like 45 minutes to an
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Okay. And I'm also thinking, I don't know if you guys heard this, but today's the day that Returnal free update came out,
Came out like last week.
Did it? I thought it came out this week.
Been out for a few days.
Huh. My apologies then. Well, I'm looking for somebody to go through Returnal with me. Just because I'm...
Can you co-op the game?
Yeah,
it's not
that's
just Tower Sisyphus? Wow.
Yeah. So, preferably somebody who hasn't gone through the game, but I'll take what I can get. But that's about it. That's all I got.
Moon Knight.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Excelsior.
Excellent.
Next time.